Welcome to Mind Over Media,
where two brothers tackle headlines, hard truths, and hot takes
with just enough wisdom to sound like we know what we're doing.
I'm John Martin.
And I'm Jim Martin.
We're brothers, commentators, and occasionally civil.
Now, let's dive into the madness. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the show. I'm Jim Martin. Sitting next to me is my brother John Martin. I really want to ask you guys, watch the special episode. Don't forget to take that in. It's a
good one.
Battle of the Brainless.
Yeah, it's a good one. Give us your vote. You got a couple of days left.
Make all your votes. Tell us who you think is the dumbest one. But
yeah, dumbest person on the planet.
That was a fun episode, guys. So
yeah. What are we going to talk about today, Jim? We've got so much information.
There is a lot. I've
probably got 7 minutes of information. We'll try to...
Well, I've got 3, so
that's
we
10.
should be good.
We'll try to pack it into 45 minutes here. I don't know if you heard, the NFL has cut ties with the organization called Stonewall. Do you know who that is?
Stonewall. Is that Jackson, Stonewall Jackson? Something like that?
Yeah, that's one of them. Well, this Stonewall is the gay rights activist group. They provide rainbows to the NFL and rainbow shoelaces.
So they cut ties with them, you said?
So that's what the word is. I have done my own research, and I can't find any verification to this. So I'm going to say they didn't.
Well, let's hope they did.
Well, the reason I'm going to say they didn't, and that it's just a post, and this is why, guys, you've got to research the stuff that you see on X and Facebook and some of these other places, because when you research that, you'll see these posts everywhere. But when you actually research it, there's no evidence of it. And one of the things that I say, Jim, and I know you say you hope they do, but I'm not confident that they have, only because the day that was announced, the NFL did say, the signs that they have in the end zone?
End racism.
Yeah. They're going to continue that. But there's only 4 choices that the NFL, and each NFL team will have to put one of these in one of their end zones.
So it's going to be mandatory.
Yeah, it's mandatory. And those choices are, they can have the end racism sign, they can have the stop hate sign, the choose love sign, or the inspire change sign. Now, whichever one they do choose, in the opposite end zone, now this is required, they have to have the sign that says, "It takes us all." So
you're saying you have to have the one that says it takes us all, but you get to choose between one of the other 4 terrible signs?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Are they terrible, though, Jim?
They're terrible.
Yeah.
It's virtue signaling. I don't know why you have to do that.
I don't think they're terrible. I think what is terrible is
they're forcing them to do it.
Is why they're doing it.
It's stupid. If I was an owner, okay, I'll put your sign up.
It's a political statement.
But I would also put a sign over there that said, end virtue signaling.
Yeah. Well, we've watched sports for our entire lives.
It shouldn't be political.
We've never had politics involved in the sense. They never wore, rainbows or anything like that. They never told us what to do. I guess that's my thing. They never told us how to think or what to do. And that's what these signs are doing. They're telling you how to think and what they want you to do. Which I think, are we going to have racism?
It doesn't belong in sports.
There's always going to be racism. I don't condone it. I think it's horrible. It's ugly. But don't take a sport, something that's supposed to be. The reason we watch sports is to get away from that stuff.
Right.
And to have it in your face all the time is just grinding. It's a grind.
I'm over it, man.
So there is that. And we're coming up on, let's see, it's July, August. We just got out of Pride Month, which was June.
Right, June, yep.
Well, fear not if you're worried about the rainbows and all that, because October...
Well, it has been almost 2 full months where they haven't been recognized now.
Well, yeah, but don't worry about that, because in October you have LGBTQ plus History Month.
Isn't that the same thing?
No.
So
The focus, and I've got some notes here. The focus of LGBTQ plus History Month is on education, awareness, and honoring the contributions and struggles of the LGBTQ plus community,
so that's not what.
rather than solely on appreciation, which Pride Month typically is about.
Stop forcing us to appreciate something and get rid of that one then.
Yeah, well, I don't know, because everything that was described in me here, I have some gay people that I'm close to, and they've told me that that's what Pride Month is for. So, I mean, if that's what Pride Month is for,
Then you don't need the other one.
you don't need the other one.
You don't need 2 of them, that's for sure.
You don't need them.
You don't need any of them, actually.
No, you really don't. I mean, to have a day or a month that celebrates who you have sex with, I have a hard time with that. And it's just weird to me. It's just weird. And I understand the struggles that gay people had early on, but those struggles, those are gone.
They're long gone.
Those are gone. You can get married. You can have your normal life. You know what causes the struggle? You.
Yep.
You. Wanting that struggle so you can be different. So you can say, oh, look at me, I'm struggling.
Yeah, I'm one of the oppressed.
Yeah. And it's sad that has to happen, We used to take pride in not being oppressed.
Right.
I got to get out of this oppression
Right.
and succeed and do what I'm supposed to do.
Absolutely.
And that's what we should all do.
Strive to be better.
Yeah. But one of the things that struck me was, at least in Pride Month, it's just called Pride Month.
Now you have to say the whole alphabet twice.
Yeah, this one actually has the LGBTQ plus assignment to it, which is what is the plus anyway, Jim?
What?
What is?
I sorry guys, I gotta go. How dare you?
Well,
how dare you?
I just want to know what does the plus mean?
Plus size?
I don't know.
I don't know. No, I'm pretty sure it's just plus anybody else who wants to feel oppressed.
Yeah. Well, let's break it down. What does the LGBTQ stand for?
L, of course, lesbian.
Yeah.
G, gay. B,
Bisexual.
bi. Yep. LGBT would be, of course, the ever infamous trans. Yes.
Yeah.
Q would be I quit.
It's actually for queer. Yeah. But
I always thought gay, lesbian, queer. I thought it was all gay.
Yeah, they just had to throw that one in there because when I looked it up and I researched what does it mean, the Q is there for the queer and the queer. What's the word they used? The queer curious.
Oh, queer curious.
Yeah.
Oh, so it should be QC.
Yeah.
Plus.
Yeah. So that's what the Q's for. Now the plus, I looked that up.
It's got to be two-spirit and
Well, it's everything.
anything else you want to be. Anything.
Anything. I think the only thing they left out here was oak tree.
Yeah.
It's for intersex,
Intersex.
the asexual folks, the aromantic.
Aromantic.
Yeah, aromantic.
You didn't happen to look that up, did you?
Yeah.
What is that?
That's for those who experience little or no romantic experiences whatsoever and don't want any.
Wow.
Yeah, so they're part of it. You know what we used to call them? Geeks. I mean, it's just, I don't know. There's that. Pansexual,
That's sex with.
regardless of gender. We used to call that bisexual.
I thought it was pots, pans.
Yeah.
I'm the one with the pan.
But it's weird because they have to come up with this term pansexual to describe like the pandemic or.
So what is pansexual anyway? Just anybody? You could be in love
yeah.
with a boy, a girl, a dog, a horse.
No, not a horse or a dog. Here's the definition: people who are attracted to others regardless of gender, emphasizing attraction beyond their binary categories.
So 2 categories?
So if I'm binary, which means
Male or
or
female.
my attractions could go beyond that. Isn't that what gay is?
Well, what is beyond male and female?
Well, pansexual, aromantic, asexual.
So what's asexual?
It's just so weird. Asexual, that is individuals who experience little to no sexual attraction. So why should they even be involved in that?
Right. They don't care about it, obviously.
They're not attracted to anything. It's just weird. And when was the last time you heard somebody say, "I'm not hiring that son of a bitch because he's an asexual.
He's an asexual.
He doesn't like to have sex with men or women." I mean, I've never heard it.
Man, yesterday that pansexual came in. Now he's the one I want.
Yeah. It's just weird to me. But it does also include, like you said earlier, two-spirit.
Yeah.
And then it gets into some weird shit.
Well, it's all weird shit, John.
Demisexual, polyamorous, and here's
well, polyamorous, hasn't that been around for a long time?
Here's the coverall. And others.
And others.
Who wish to be included.
All right. Well, I wish to be included.
Yeah. I mean,
as a cis straight male?
I don't know. It's weird to me.
Look, if you want to be gay, trans, whatever, be there. Be it. Do it. It's fine.
Not against it.
Nobody cares.
Not against it.
Just don't force it on me. Don't make me have to appreciate it, you know? I mean, honestly, I don't care. Yeah. I really don't.
The only people who care are the people involved in that community.
Right.
Because, again, it goes back to today's society.
If we're accepted, we're not going to get the notification that we so dearly love.
You are nothing unless you are oppressed.
Right.
And we've seen that from the beginning. You have to have some sort of oppression so that the left can say, "Oh my God, look, you've been this, you've been
through
that.
all of this. I can't believe you're so strong. You're so strong."
When in fact, you could overcome all that with today's society and laws, because that's just the way we are. We evolve.
And you've got every single right that any other person on this earth has.
But we like to separate ourselves because it has become a contest of who's the most oppressed.
Yes. Well, you're gay? Yeah, well, I'm gay and black.
Yeah, well
I'm a gay
black woman.
Black female.
Yeah, well, I'm an asexual gay black woman who
with trans tendencies.
Identifies as, I mean, come on.
Yep.
And that's where we've gotten, and that's what this is. Just, you know
what?
It's
a competition now.
Be yourself, succeed in life so you don't have to have excuses. The man isn't going to hold you down. You know what's going to hold you down? You. That's it. You will hold yourself down.
Let me ask you a question. I'll finish your statement first.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to ask you, when you were in school, did you know if your teachers were married, if they were gay, if they anything like that?
Well, I knew if a couple of them were, only because
we
our mom and dad were friends with them.
Well, here's the
but
thing.
Other than that, it didn't matter to me.
I remember being in grocery stores and seeing a teacher and just going like, "Oh, he does exist outside of school."
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, it's weird.
But now you have these teachers, these gay, lesbian teachers who are complaining about, well, I can't talk to my students about my same-sex partner, which is...
Yeah, well, they shouldn't.
No, there's no reason to. You're there to teach our kids.
If you're teaching
the 3 R's,
third or fourth graders, why are you even bringing up your spouse?
Right.
It shouldn't
There's
be.
There's no reason for it.
There shouldn't be a reason to do that. Anyway, what else is new, man?
What else?
What about that truck thing that happened?
Ooh, the truck accident. Yes,
that happened down
illegal.
In Florida. Yeah,
illegal. Actually got a CDL license out of California.
So what happened?
Obviously, no documentation because it's illegal.
Let's explain what happened first. You're going into what he was. Let's say what happened.
Okay.
What happened was there was a truck driver.
This was in Florida, right?
Yeah, it was in Florida. He was driving a truck, decided to make a turn where there was a big sign that said no U-turn. So he made an illegal U-turn on an interstate.
From a far lane, because he's a big truck.
Well, yeah, obviously. But even if it was from the front lane, that trailer would have kicked out. But he made an illegal U-turn, and the car kept coming while he blocked the traffic, hit the trailer
of the
truck, killed all 3 passengers, which hit it going about 60 miles per hour, obviously decapitated all of them. They're all dead. And the driver of the truck was an illegal. Not only was he an illegal, he couldn't speak English. They had to...
Couldn't read English.
Well, he couldn't speak...
Couldn't read,
I don't know if he could.
No.
Could read it, but I know he couldn't speak it because they had to wait hours for a translator to come because he spoke some language from India.
And no, they did. They gave him a test of signs.
Yeah. So he couldn't read. He couldn't speak English, but he did have a license.
Yeah.
A California commercial driver's license. And part of the law in California states that you've got to show
certain forms of ID,
legal residence or legal reason to be there, i.e. a green card or a working visa.
which he had none of.
Which he didn't show. They obviously didn't give him a test because he wouldn't know how to read it.
Yeah, he couldn't read the signs. They gave him the test after the accident, John, and I think he got 2 out of 5.
Yeah, well, anyway, he got that because Gavin Newsom is so anti-Trump that he said, hey, look, let's just help these illegals out and give them anything they need. So he got his commercial driver's license, and as a direct result,
3 people are dead.
3 people are dead. Now, people say, oh, Gavin Newsom isn't that bad, but he caused these people's deaths. And everything that he does, and this is why things won't change.
If he followed the law, that guy would not have had a driver's license, and he would not have been on the road.
Yeah.
So, yes.
Well, this is why things won't change, because you have people like Gavin Newsom who, instead of trying to take care of the people and doing what's common sense, you have somebody in charge who claims to, oh my God, I hate authoritarianism, I hate this, and Trump's an authoritarian. But people forget that back in COVID, he was one of the
worst.
only governors who said you cannot go outside, you can't wear a
shut
mask,
down
you
businesses,
can't do this,
but did it himself.
But he was consistently seen at the French
Laundry,
restaurant,
the French Laundry, at the NFL suite.
Yeah.
All unmasked, eating, having a good time, drinking.
So the thing about I hate authoritarianism, yet he's being an authoritarian by telling you what to do, but I can do something different because I'm me.
You're a minion, and I am who I am.
Yeah, I'm in charge, so I get to do the things.
I have grand plans for myself.
Yeah.
And you have to do what I say.
I get to do the things I tell you I can't because I'm in charge.
Right.
And that kind of behavior is why things won't change in California. And another thing about Gavin Newsom, you talk about Texas, who's trying to pass that
gerrymandering.
Yeah, they're trying to change the redistricting, which is legal there. It is a legal process that they have been doing
every
forever.
state does it. Every state.
But this is a legal thing in Texas.
Yep.
Now, Governor Newsom has said we're going to fight against Texas's right to do that by doing it here. Well, it's illegal in California.
It has to go through a whole process. It has to go through the courts.
The California Constitution has specific. It states we cannot do this. In order to do that, they would have to change the Constitution. So what he's doing, because he's so anti-Trump and he thinks this is a Trump thing, which it's not. Massachusetts and all these
Illinois
and all these blue states do it constantly. So he has taken it upon himself because he truly is an authoritarian. He's attempting to change the Constitution so he can get more blue in the state to make up for the red that Texas is going to gain. Now tell me that's somebody who cares about California.
About the people he's supposed to be
So
representing.
you're a governor of California. Your main concern should be the people of California, not
How am I going to get back at this evil guy that I can't stand?
not the redistricting lines that are being drawn by Texas or Tennessee or Florida. That should be the last thing from your mind. The only thing that should matter to you as governor of California
Is what's going on in California.
should be Californians. Now,
For example, John, the wildfires.
yeah,
There was atmospheric rivers all over California for the last couple of years. Zero of that water has been captured because he had put no money towards building reservoirs to capture that water.
oh, he doesn't care about that.
So, and then he'll come back out and, of course, blame Trump, who...
Yeah. Well, there was more than that about that. There was no water in the fire hydrants.
Right,
there.
because there's no water in the reservoirs.
And this is
And he lied about that, too.
this is California. When you have a governor who is truly the most authoritarian person in government today, is the governor of California. He will sit there and tell you, you cannot do this. And then 5 minutes later, do that thing that he told you not to do. And he gets away with it. Right after the COVID thing, they had a recall in California.
Yeah.
That's how you get rid of governors.
Unfortunately, didn't work.
And the people of California said, we're sick and tired of this. He's telling us we can't do this, but he's doing it. Well,
You had your chance to get rid of him.
and they didn't.
And then they reelected him after that.
Not only did they not get rid of him, but they said, here, we're going to give you some more time
Yeah.
to do the things that we hate that you're
Yep.
doing. It says a lot about the people.
Yeah.
I
Now,
just-
there's some really good people in California.
There are.
California is probably the most beautiful state in the whole country,
it's one of them. Yeah.
but it's getting run into the ground.
Yeah, and it's a sad that people can't wake up and understand what these politicians are doing. And I don't care if you're on the left, if you're on the right. Again, look past that. Mind over media. Get over what you're being told and look at what is being done. You've got a governor who's lied to you consistently.
Over and over.
We're going to rebuild L.A. Well, everybody's going to get these loans.
Well, his first State of the State address, John, he chastised the high-speed rail that they were
Yeah.
putting so much money into. Promised, I'm pulling the plug on that.
Yeah.
What does he do? Dumps billions more into it
Yeah.
after that.
Yeah, of course. That's still not done.
And it'll never be done.
And we all know why they do that, because they get kickbacks
Yep.
from that. So those billions of dollars go into him and Nancy Pelosi's pocket.
And a whole bunch of people.
He's related to Nancy Pelosi.
Yeah, by marriage, distant marriage, but
Her brother-in-law is married to
somebody in his
that
family, yeah.
she's related to, and it's like something. Now, tell me he didn't get that job because of her.
Well, I'm sure Nancy whispered
100%.
into Willie Brown's ear.
100%. I mean, stuff like that just doesn't happen.
Got this hot up and comer coming up here. You need to get him in office.
My
Put him somewhere.
My point about Gavin Newsom is, guys, he's more interested in looking at other states and what they're doing than protecting and doing things what's right for his state. And there's a reason for that, because one, he doesn't care about the people of California. Two, he doesn't care about California itself. What he cares about
He cares
is
about
Gavin
himself and his upcoming presidential run. That's
That's
all
he
he's
cares
looking
about.
for.
He cares about Gavin Newsom.
Yep.
Now, a good governor, that does not make. Here's what a good governor should do.
Look at Florida.
I don't care what Texas is doing. We don't do that in California because we think that's wrong. And that's what you do.
Yep.
You don't say, well, we're going to change the Constitution because we think we're right and you're wrong, and I'm going to do something
And you're
because
screwing
you're
us
doing
over
it.
in Texas.
Yeah.
No, we're not. You're in California.
And
it's
when-
not affecting you at all.
When he spews that rhetoric about we're going to punch him in the face,
Yeah.
and we're going to
He's a tough guy,
if
boy.
this,
Whoa.
if this was a ring, we'd kick him in the head,
Right.
And then they wonder why
their left is so violent.
yeah, well, they are violent. I saw this video the other day, and I posted it on our one of our accounts. there was a black gentleman at a rally. Across the street was all
Oh,
liberals.
this was a great one.
And then across the street on this side was all Republicans. And he went over to the Republican side. Or actually,
Somebody
a couple of
came
the
and talked to
Republican
him.
women came over and said, "Why are you here? They don't agree with anything." And he said, "I can't go over there. They're gonna
They'll
lynch me and
up,
kill
yeah.
me." And she said, "Really? Why
Come
don't
with
you
me.
come over and
Come
see?"
with me.
So he did, and
Very welcoming. Everybody over there, giving him hugs.
yeah. So they welcomed him. He wasn't
Wasn't chastised.
wasn't chastised. In fact, he was
yelled at. Wasn't chanted at.
He was welcomed with open arms, and then they brought one of the girls from the Republican side over, and he said, "Well, I'm going to take you over there," and she said, "Okay, we'll see what the difference is." They called her every name in the book,
Immediately.
threatened her with death,
Many different people.
and it's interesting that the party who claims to be
So peaceful and loving.
so peaceful and loving and accepting is the party of violence.
Very much so.
And the party that wants the violence so they can have that separation.
And that's all it is. It's keep everybody down and separated so we can keep control.
That's really what hurts me about politics today, Jim.
Yeah.
Is I used to really enjoy politics. I used to look at them and say, "Oh, someday I want to aspire to be like
be a
that and to be able to speak like that and be a leader like that." But now I look at them as selfish idiots.
And that's exactly what they are.
You know, and other than Gavin Newsom,
Well,
you've got. I mean, I can't think of anybody.
he's in a league of his own, man.
He really is. So he's conceited.
He's the most conceited person
He thinks he's God's gift.
in politics.
I mean, what right do you have to say you can't do that, Jim? You're not allowed to do that, and then you close the door, look outside, and he's doing exactly what he
same
told
thing
you.
he told you not to
You
do.
can't do.
Yep.
Under the threat of arrest.
Yep.
And yet he's still there. I don't understand. And the only thing is that keeps these politicians going on the left. And I've said this for so long. They don't have a platform. There's no platform to stand on other than whatever Trump says, I'm going against.
And that's how it's been for the last 8 years.
Yeah, it used to be we have these ideas, you guys have these ideas, we'll compromise and we'll come to this. Now it's
Well, it used to be you all wanted to get to here. Democrats had this way of doing it. Republicans had this way of doing it.
Yeah.
You talked about it, came
Yeah.
up to a consensus, and went with that.
yeah. Well,
Now it's, oh, Trump said that? No, that's completely wrong. It doesn't matter what it is.
Yeah.
If they believed it, they wouldn't agree with it.
well, immigration is a key
Right.
example of that.
I mean, that's every single presidential candidate for the last 30 years.
We've got clips of Obama talking about
Clinton, both Clintons.
all of them. Every single person, Joe Biden, Hillary Clinton, they've all talked about how important it is to deport people. You know, Obama deported more people than Trump ever.
But you'll
ever.
never hear that.
He's the one who started those little cages.
The cages for kids. Yeah.
But Trump gets blamed for that. It's just so funny. And this, again, guys, second time I've said it in 15 minutes. Mind over media. Get your mind over the media. If you hear something,
You have to research it.
be like Ronald Reagan. You can trust things that you see, but
Trust
please,
but verify.
please verify it.
Trust but verify.
Just like with this whole NFL thing, you know, with the Stonewall, everybody's talking about, hey, they did it. I was like, let me check it
Let's
out.
see. And you didn't find anything about it. But
I'm not going to say they did it because I couldn't verify it, you know, from either side. The only thing you have is a bunch of willy-nilly posts on either side, and it's like, are you guys? And that goes back again, Jim, to a couple episodes ago when I talked about bots. There's so many bots out there just causing
yep, it's a lot
chaos.
of AI stuff out there, posting stuff.
Do you remember the percentage of posts on X and Facebook that are bots?
Yeah, it's probably 50% or 60%.
It's almost 80%. 80%.
That's crazy.
And they've tried to fix it. They don't know how. Again, that goes with this whole AI thing.
learning to protect itself, man.
You can't stop it. Once it's out there, you can't stop it.
No, it's dumb.
The only thing good about AI is I love Grok. I love him for research. I say him, but her. It's a girl's voice, so I should say I love her. Or it. I don't know.
Yeah.
I asked him if he had pronouns. He said he doesn't go by that. So I guess I could just say it.
Yeah.
The only other good thing about AI is that it's going to make me live forever, hopefully. But
Well, we'll see about that.
yeah,
They said by 2030, but
2035.
2035? Okay. Oh, 2030, we're going to have the nuclear base on the moon.
So ridiculous. So what's more realistic? We're going to go to the moon and put a nuclear base there, or we're going to have AI that lets us live forever. It's more feasible and realistic
come on, John.
that we will have AI that
Come
lets us live
on.
forever. And you know it's true.
No, I believe there's a certain aspect of AI that you'll be able to live forever. Not live forever, but your memories, your thoughts can be downloaded onto a computer.
And learn new thoughts.
Right, and live forever that way. But it's not going to be you.
We've already talked about that.
I know.
It's not going to be a pure biological
But,
being. You will have biological aspects, but you'll also have non-biological parts and pieces. And isn't that what we are now?
Yeah.
Our thoughts and our memories.
It's all electrical.
It's all electrical.
And,
It's all electrical, and that's what they call life. It's not this skin and all that they call life. The only thing that they base our life, because when you're dead, you still have all this.
yeah. You just don't have the
only thing
electrical
they
impulse.
base that on is that electrical impulse that causes your brain to work. So what's so hard to believe that we're not going to have that?
No, I just said I think we will. I don't think it's going to be as soon as 2035. But
It's more feasible that we're going to have that than a nuclear base on the moon.
I don't know. I don't know.
You do understand, in order to put a nuclear base on the moon, you need people there to build it.
No, it'll be built here.
So we're just going to fly it to the moon and drop it off.
Well, the reactor.
You're just going to fly it here and drop it off.
Yeah, just like everything else. Just like
Yeah.
they dropped off the rovers on Mars and
So
all
we're
that stuff.
going to test it, make sure it works, do all that. The only thing they'll have to do is drop the plutonium in it to activate.
Well, then it's up there, and then when we
Yeah.
send the astronauts up there, they can get it all
Yeah.
set up and start building. Yeah.
Well, let's do it tomorrow. Why do we have to wait till 2030?
Well,
We've already
build
got
it.
the capability to build nuclear reactors.
Yeah.
So why are we waiting till 2030 to do it?
I don't know, because that's what they said.
Yeah, here's why. Because there's a whole shit ton of money from 2025 to 2030 that's going to go into people's pockets, so that in 2030,
I have no doubt about
so that in
that.
2030 they can say,
Oh my God! We need a couple more billion. We thought 2030, but much like climate change, it's going to take much longer to occur.
Yeah, okay,
so.
okay.
I mean, it's so ridiculous.
You with
And the
this
fact that, Jim,
never
you-
been being
you
in
have
outer
common
space,
sense.
can't send anything out in outer space.
You have
and-
common sense, and these things
But
sometimes
you act like we can't send anything up into space, John.
we can send whatever we want into space. Here's the problem: they don't.
But they do.
No, they haven't sent a man
No.
to the moon.
Yeah, well, you say that. I mean, we've already gone over this.
Yeah, we're not going to rehash something that I won.
Well, okay.
Yeah, I mean, come on. But you see,
And you didn't win that, first of all, because you said nothing could make it through there without getting burned up. And we have rovers on Mars that are running around. We have satellites up there that are sending pictures
Let me rephrase
back.
that. Things can make it through there without getting burned up. The technology from back then didn't have the same thing.
Yes, it did.
No, it didn't.
Look
we
at
we
the-
didn't have the containers.
Okay,
Jim,
what's-
honestly, it was made out of freaking aluminum.
Voyager. Is it Voyager? Voyager 1 and 2?
Yeah.
That have left our atmosphere, that are still sending back pictures that were launched in the 70s, John.
Yeah, you believe that thing is still sending back pictures?
Absolutely.
I got a bridge in New York.
Okay.
I'll sell you.
No, you're wrong on this one, buddy.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I got a bridge in New York. I'll sell you.
All right.
Have you again? And I don't want to rehash this over and over, but with all the telescopes that we have, when's the last time you looked up in a telescope, Jim, and saw the moon lander up there? Because it's not that far away. It's what, 33,000 miles.
Yeah, it's not that far.
Yeah,
and
so-
I said that myself. They could make
Have you seen it?
a telescope on
Why
Earth
haven't
today
you seen
that-
it?
Because what's the point? Why do it? To
They
prove,
could
to
stop-
prove you wrong? That's the only
They could
reason?
stop half the country. Why do we need to know if Kennedy died by one shooter?
Well, we'll never know that.
Right. Why do we need to know?
Well, we don't need to know. That's why we're
Okay,
here. Everybody
so-
wants to know, but you don't see the
Just like the moon thing, everybody wants
right.
to
But
know.
you don't see the government jumping up and doing stuff to make sure you have the answers to everything.
No, you see them hiding it on purpose, just like they did with Kennedy, and just like they did with everything else. That's what they do, and you're so quick to trust those people.
No, I am not
I
quick to
don't
trust the
get it.
government. But
I don't get it.
I know there's things have been shot up into space, John. I know things work. All this electronic stuff that you actually said would get destroyed going up there because, well, now we have the new technology. But this stuff was launched up there back in the 70s
Yeah.
that is sending pictures back.
Yeah, and you believe that, but you don't believe some other thing. I
Like
can't
what?
think right now. I don't know. But you believe we had the technology to do it back then. We just all of a sudden decided to
We
stop.
obviously did, John. It's up there.
And we just decided to stop.
So you're saying the Voyager missions were fake?
I lean that way. And we've
See,
talked
Matt,
about it,
you're
and
crazy.
you know that. But here's my thing. Why haven't you seen with your own eyes the moon lander or the flag on the moon? Because there's telescopes that will show you that.
Where? Give me a telescope. I'll look for it.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of places you can go to. We lived in California for years. There's
You're not going to be able to get that close with those telescopes.
you need a special telescope.
No, you need a very powerful one.
Okay, why haven't
I
we
mean,
seen,
you could see
why haven't we seen pictures of
shapes
that?
and stuff.
We,
You're
we
not gonna
saw
see a
pictures.
flag posted.
We saw pictures of
telescopes that are at the observatory.
we saw pictures supposedly of a face on Mars, right? We saw those pictures, the Mars face.
yeah.
That,
Okay.
that couldn't
the
have been
shadows.
that couldn't have been man-made. That had to be put there by something else. You know what? Stop focusing on Mars. We got something way closer. Show me pictures of, the lander and see if it's moved or see if we can see the flag up there. Yeah, that's what I want to see today, not 30 years from now. I want to see it today.
5 years.
Yeah, I want to see it today. I wanted to see it 15 years ago. Show me today. Maybe I should call Gavin Newsom. Maybe he can call NASA. He's got some
Call
pull,
the
right?
observatory in
He's
LA.
got some pull up there. Jeez, man. Anyway, what else? You got, Tim?
Sorry, guys.
We kind of went off topic.
This is
there.
one of the things that we disagree on.
Yeah. Well, it's one of the many things that we disagree on. What else you got, Jim?
I'm out. I didn't have anything today. Just the Gavin Newsom stuff that you pretty much took over and covered. So,
Well, we sort of talked about AI a little bit. I wanted to talk about this new study that I read about, which excites me. Again, I want to live for 1,000 years. So there's a new study, Neuralink.
Yep.
Elon Musk is
it's
got
incredible.
this deal
Absolutely
where he
incredible.
can people can think about their legs moving and they move or do certain things. It's absolutely amazing. So what they've done is, and this isn't Elon or Neuralink doing this. This is two or three different companies. And let me just start off by saying they've had up to 80% success doing this. So AI essentially is reading their mind. They're not talking. They're only thinking of things. And AI will translate their thoughts in two ways. One in words and one in pictures.
So if you're thinking of a picture, it will draw it for you.
With the words, it has been between 75 and 80% accurate on what the person is thinking. With the pictures, it's 80 to 85% accurate.
Now, John, that's incredible because if I was in an auditorium with 100 people,
Yeah.
and I was on stage and I made a sentence,
Yeah.
I bet you less than 80% would be able to repeat what I said.
Well, they won't. That's what I used to do for a living, is teach people communication skills, and they won't.
So
less-
AI is doing better than humans right now.
Well, at reading minds.
Right.
I don't know about communicating, but absolutely in reading minds.
That's insane.
Yeah, it is
That's
insane.
scary. That's scary.
So I don't think it's scary. I think it's fantastic.
No, it's freaking scary. You're going to have the thought police out there.
I look at it differently.
Well,
Yeah,
it's going to. Of course, it's going to have its good things that could be wonderful for the world. But
Yeah, I know people with ALS. I know people with debilitating diseases where they can't communicate, but their mind fully functions.
Yep.
I know people personally like that. And if they were able to speak and get their thoughts through, that's a whole new life. That's like a blind person
Right.
suddenly
Being
being
able
able
to
to see. So, yeah. Is there a chance there's going to be some police? Well, we just have to have a.
Oh, it'll definitely be used
We have
for
to have a
evil.
government
Of course it will.
and the right people, and that can be stopped. I mean, that doesn't scare me. You know, we have a constitution. We have a people ready to rebel if something like that ever happened. And would we? Yeah, we would. That
Would we,
crap
though, John?
doesn't scare me.
Would we, though?
100% we would.
There's maybe a handful of people out of the whole country that would rebel.
No, I don't believe so. I think if it got to the point where they were putting people in prison
For thinking something?
yeah. And I know it's already happened in England where when you sit on a corner and
I think you're being naive there, John, because I would love to think that our country would stand up and fight the government over something like that. But I think most people would just sit back and say, well, what was he thinking about that for?
well, yeah, most would. But it's not most people who win wars. It's a handful of people who win wars.
Oh, I hope so.
You don't have to
'Cause
hope.
that's
That is
where
how
it's
it
going.
happens. Most people didn't fight in the Vietnam War. Most people didn't fight in World War II. A lot did, but not most. It's the handful that are willing to give everything
they have
for what they believe that will win the war and continue. So yeah, do I believe we'll have to strike a match for that to happen? Yeah, absolutely. Will I be on the front lines and one of the first to fall? Maybe.
I have to be. If I have to be, absolutely.
If that would inspire others to do it, but yeah, I have that outlook because I think people deep down will do the right thing when given the opportunity. They just have to have the right opportunity. And during COVID, you had
Perfect example.
you-
Everybody was a sheep then, man.
everybody was a sheep because they believed the government, in every aspect of that.
And it's the same thing that would happen with that, is they'll believe the government when they say, oh, no, we can tell the difference between someone who was just thinking something and actually planning something.
I think we've got enough people now, and there has been a shift. And if you think that the world is the same now as it was in 2021, you're sadly mistaken.
No, I don't think it
We've-
is, John, but I think people are getting more relaxed now, and it's going to go right back to where it was before then.
Yeah, we do have a
thinking.
a low memory.
Very short memory.
Yeah, we do have a low memory, but I think there's certain things that are we're hanging on to, and I think President Trump's landslide was that's one of the things that shows me that there is hope for humanity. Although our memories are short, we've had enough, and
Until you get comfortable again. And then you're comfortable.
yeah, one of my favorite things is one of my favorite sayings, and I used to live by this: complacency kills. Complacency kills. You talk to all the football coaches and everybody who succeeds in that. Why are you successful? Because we're not complacent. Well, you've been the national champion for 5 years in a row. Why? How do you continue to do it? Because we don't think next year we're just going to roll through everybody. We have to go out there and act like we're not the best.
Right. You treat every opponent like they're the
when you get
most
complacent,
most
you
dangerous
get
opponent
lazy,
in the world.
And when you get lazy, you will die. But I have more faith in human beings. That's why I have faith that California will come around at some point and see what Gavin Newsom is doing.
Boy, I hope so. Well, if there's anyone left in California to think that,
Well,
because they're leaving at a rapid pace.
you say that, and yeah, they're leaving, but not at such a rate it's going to make a difference.
No, it will make a difference because
It won't.
big businesses are leaving at 2 times the rate they were before.
Yeah.
And that's what's going to cause it, because you're losing jobs, you're losing income, you're losing the state's losing money.
We're hearing about these because they're major corporations that have been there for 20 and 30 years.
Well, exactly. That's my point.
And they're getting better tax rate somewhere else, so that they're
Exactly.
going to move. But you've also got millions of businesses that are still moving to California because it's pretty and people want to live there, and they're willing to pay that high tax rate, and that will continue. People will continue to move there.
But it's very lopsided, John.
But to my point, it's never going to empty California. California.
No, California's not going to empty, but it could go broke. That's what I'm saying.
Could go broke. They're already broke.
No, I mean,
it's like the United States. We're
I understand,
broke.
John,
We're
but
broke.
it could go broke to where it's done. I mean, you got to.
No. Here's another thing. States are supposed to be run like businesses. There isn't a state in our union that the federal government would let go broke. I don't care who the president is.
Okay, but then you're going to have to federally take it over?
No, you wouldn't. You just give them a loan, just like they do with everything else, just like they did with the cars, just like they did with the airplanes, just like they did with everything else. They say, "Oh, we can't let them go out of it; they're too big to fail."
Okay, so now
they'll just give them money, and that's the answer, Jim.
That isn't the answer, though.
That is our government's answer. That's
I know, but
what
that's
they do.
not the answer, is what I'm saying.
No, but you have to change it. But my point is, you're saying California is going to go broke, and it's going to cause everybody to. It's going to change. That's never going to happen. No matter who's in charge, that won't happen. California's already broke. I can name 10 states that are already broke in the red, and people aren't leaving and people aren't dying. It's the way we operate now as a society. We are an in the red society. Look at half of America. They owe more than they make.
I understand that.
It's what we do.
But
so
my point being, John, is it can't continue like this, or it's going to fail.
why would it fail? It hasn't failed. Tell me what's going to fail about it.
Well, okay, so you're saying
You can't.
we'll
and
just
here's
keep-
my point, Jim. Before you get angry,
No, I'm not getting angry. I'm just saying
you can't just say it can't keep going or it's going to fail. Tell me what's going to happen.
Okay, you want to keep giving California money. You want to keep giving
No, I don't.
Texas money. You want to keep. No, I'm talking the government.
Yeah.
You want to keep doing this. Now the government's more and more and more and more in the red.
Yeah.
The dollar's going to crumble.
Yeah.
We're not going to have anything. It's going to be a big famine
Okay. A big famine. Why would there be a famine?
because
we owe money.
nobody has any money.
Why would that make a famine?
Because okay, how are you going to eat? Okay, maybe not a famine like you can't grow wheat and stuff.
Yeah.
But you're not going to be able to afford it. You can't buy it.
So you believe that the government is going to give the states so much money?
No, I'm
that
saying
there won't
if
be
it's
any
run
left
like
to buy
this,
food.
No,
Yeah.
when the dollar crumbles, John, we don't have anything.
Yeah.
You think the government's going to feed you?
I don't rely on the government for shit.
My point exactly.
But
But everybody else does.
yeah, unfortunately, there's a lot of people who do.
All the
That's why you hear states crying about state funding all the time. We want our state funds. We want our state funds. Where do those state funds go? They don't go to the highway system that they're promised to. They don't go to infrastructure that they're promised to. They go into the politicians' pockets. Now, has it made a mess of the system? Yes. Is it going to break our system to collapse? No.
No, it won't tomorrow or the next day, but it's going to if it keeps up, John. It will.
I don't understand how. Tell me how that's going to cause the
Because
collapse.
the country's not going to have any money.
What's the
John.
Let me ask you this, Jim. Does the country have money now? We're
No,
30
they don't.
trillion in debt.
I know, John.
So what's the difference between 30 and not that I promote this. I'm playing devil's advocate here.
I know you are.
What's the difference between 30 trillion or 60 trillion in debt?
The difference
it's still
is what
unfixable.
What people are borrowing from us, John.
It's still
Or
unfixable.
what we're borrowing. Yeah, exactly. So our dollar will crumble. Our whole system's going to crumble if that happens.
And then what?
And then what? I don't know. I hope nothing. But
Then we're out there hunting food and not paying taxes and building shacks to live in.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, so it'd be a glorious life
Well, for you,
for most people.
no, not for most people, John. Most people will die.
Come on.
Oh, come on, John. You know that we just talked about how criminals get out of prison and they don't know how to hunt. They don't know how to survive
how to
unless they have a
hide.
TV
Yeah.
dinner and a microwave.
So actually, in that case, if the collapse happened the way you say it will, which I don't think it ever will, I think collapse will come a different way. I think we have so forgotten what the value of money and the dollar,
There is no value.
And that's why your point is moot, because there is no value on this debt that we have until we decide.
Until they decide to collect on it.
And here's why they will never do that. And America was smart in the past when we didn't have this big debt. We compiled the
gold reserve is what we need to.
Forget. I'm not talking about that.
No, but that's what
I'm talking about. We compiled the greatest Army, Navy, Air Force, and Marines and weaponry ever to see this place. So if China one day decided, hey, we want our debt, do you think we'd just say, oh, okay, well, you can have everything we have, and America will go broke?
Well, I think our government
looks like you own. Looks like
Alaska.
you own the United States now.
Alaska, you own California, Florida.
You really think they do that, Jim?
No, I don't think they would, but I think it would be a war.
But we'd win, right? And that's why we've lost value. We don't care about this 30 trillion. We don't care about the 60 trillion. Because we know that if it came down to it and somebody asked us to pay, it's like we're a big bully. It's like you owe me $50, okay? You're a lot bigger than me. You can beat me up. You can shoot me. I know you've got a whole bunch of weapons, but I don't have any. And I go in naked with nothing on me, and I say, I'm here to collect my money. And you say, I'm not giving it to you. Oh, and you say, what are you going to do about it? And I start punching you. You just take out a club and hit me over the head. Game over. Now you can say, I'm free and clear. I don't owe any more money. So if it ever got to the point where they tried to collect, we go to war, debt's wiped automatically. Whether it is or isn't, we just pretend it is, and we start fricking over because that's the way governments work. That's just it.
Yeah. So
it's fun and cool to say, we're going to go broke someday.
No, that's what's going to happen, and somebody wants to collect.
If it's going to go happen, Jim, no, we're 30 trillion in the hole.
All right, John, I understand that, and it's ridiculous that we're that fucking deep in the hole.
Yeah,
sorry, but so when this does happen, say hypothetically, and the government wants to start making money, all the businesses are closed down because there's no money.
It's not going to happen. Otherwise, it would have already happened.
Okay.
And to my point, what's the difference between 30 trillion and 60 trillion?
Taxes. They'll just tax you more. That's all.
No, I'm being serious.
No, I'm being serious. The taxes are going to get so outrageous then, John, that nobody's going to have any money. Businesses will close.
Why would we have to tax more? We don't care about the debt, Jim. That's my point.
Okay.
Our people in Congress don't care about the debt.
I understand the people in Congress don't care about it because all it's doing is lining their pockets. They're rich.
Right. And if we ever did go to war and won, they'd still get rich. So, I mean, how do we change it? We have to have an answer on how to change it.
Term limits.
Yes. That's how you change it. You start there because that cleans everything out. And then you can get things passed that would change it on a daily basis. We'd get some sense of normalcy. You get rid of the entire taxes, get rid of that. I don't need to pay taxes anymore.
We shouldn't be paying taxes.
We could do other things to make that money to pay our debt. And to think, though,
we
Jim,
shouldn't have any debt. That's the thing.
To think, and I know you're being overblown when you say, if they ever decide to collect their debt. Yeah, if they ever did and we didn't have it, what are they going to do? They're not going to take our country. We'd go to war over it. Nobody seems to be afraid about that. You know why? Because every country has that debt. Do you think China doesn't have debt? Do you think that people we owe money to don't have debt? We have become an entire world, an entire planet living off of pretend money. No, I think the only people who aren't in debt are the people in the Middle East who have
all the oil,
who have oil, and they don't care. I mean, they don't care. They're just living their own little lives. They don't have the same morality that we have.
The United States could be that if we just get it. But anyways,
here's why we can't be that, Jim. because we have Congress people that have been there for 40, 50 years.
I understand that, and that's why we need to get rid of them.
So I asked you the question, how do you fix it? The answer is term limits.
Yeah,
That's
get
how
rid of
you
them.
have to fix it. The answer isn't we're going to go broke and we're going to do that. That's a doomsdayer attitude that will never happen.
Well, I didn't never
And
say that was the
and
answer. I said that's the direction we're heading.
It's fun to say that, it paints a really gloomy picture, and it's fun to argue about. But let's be honest, that will never happen. There's certain things that human beings won't let happen. We've invented this system of fallacy. It's almost like magicians. We're a group of magicians who all live in this area, and we've let magicians run things for a while, and we're so used to being duped. And the next thing comes along, they just pull the wool over our eyes and say, "See, look, it's different now."
All better.
And meanwhile, they're doing this over here, and then when
same thing over
that,
and over and over
Oh,
again.
look, we're doing this now. So we've got to stop the magician from pulling the hat trick, and the only way to do that is don't allow that magician to be in there to learn new tricks, and then the next year he learns a new trick.
Well, and that's just it. And that's, your term limit thing, the no buying stocks if you're in Congress, that's all about as realistic as the country folding because they're in debt.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
You're never going to get term limits, John.
Yeah, we will.
No, you're not.
You have youngsters in there like Lunas and like our rep from Tennessee, who's not a youngster but actually does agree with it. And you're actually seeing people in Congress now have a push for that. And
very few.
Listen, these old folks are dying off. You're going to have some new folks in there that will agree to term limits.
And by the
it
time
will
they
happen.
get in there, the people that have been in there making money, making all these deals.
Yeah, they'll be rich. Who cares?
Yeah, but they're not going to want to give it up. So they're going to now change their vote to, no, we don't need term limits. That's
No,
ridiculous.
you will have enough people to change this vote eventually. It's an attrition thing, and attrition takes time. Yes, you have the Nancy Pelosi's and those types of people who will have to die off. And I'm not promoting violence,
You said die off, not be
but
killed
they
off.
they will die, and the new blood will come in, and they will change that. We will in our lifetimes. We will see that changed before we see a nuclear reactor on the moon.
No, no way.
Yeah, 100%.
No, we'll see a nuclear reactor on
Write it down.
Pluto
Write it
before
down.
we see term limits in
Write it down.
Congress.
Anyway, we've got how long we've been going?
I don't have any. Way too long, I think.
Seems like 13 hours of.
But anyways, guys, sorry for the arguments. I mean, hopefully you enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Call Gavin Newsom and tell him he's doing a horrible job, no matter what state you live in. Tell him, maybe send him a dictionary so he knows the definition of what an authoritarian is.
Just get him out of office.
Let's
That's all
get
that
him-
matters.
let's get him out of there.
And for goodness sakes, don't ever let him be president.
Yeah.
So
And if he is, we did it. I mean, it's our own fault.
if it is, we're done.
Yeah, we're never going to be done that way.
All right, guys. Well, we appreciate everything. We love you. Please comment, like, subscribe.
Hit us up on all the socials.
mindovermedia@usa.com.
Tell a friend. Like, subscribe.
Thanks, guys.
Take care.
Have a good day.